So we have a pack of Barb Wire cards. Don't call her Babs. Babsy Webs tops. So you'd imagine they are all above board. A film I've never seen. I remember when I was at school, like guys would like brag about, oh, I snuck into the movie to watch Barb Wire because Pamela Anderson gets naked. You know, all that kind of stuff. But hey, I was never really a big Pamela Anderson fan, I gotta admit, but here we are, opening cards. 8 deluxe trading cards, 1 laser cut or embossed card, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, don't know the movie, don't care for Pam, just like opening cards that are photo based. So let's see if we get anything cool. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how she is matured nowadays. She is very much fighting for a lack of makeup, being seen in public with a lack of makeup on. I can't really confess to knowing her old persona to compare it to her new persona, other than she was the page 3 pin-up of her time. Yeah, let's crack 'em or rip 'em and see. Suck 'em and see. Check out the Barb Wire movie soundtrack on London Records. For the name of your local comic store. Look up comics in the yellow pages. Do kids even know what the yellow pages are these days? So, as always, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm opening. If you do, let me know and give me a little bit of advice in the old comments if you see me hit anything that I haven't got Scooby about. Or just if you want to wax lyrical about some trivia. This is interesting opening. So there we go. I don't know. It's Pokemon right through from the back and then flip them round. Only joking. So these are kind of all a bit stuck together. So there's Pammy on a bike, looking all badass like. Underneath that helmet, the legendary. Can I focus this? I'm going to try and it's focusing on her, so I need to hold it square to the camera so it's focused. The joys of eye detect on cameras, eh? Underneath that helmet is the legendary Barb Wire Pamela Anderson, the beautiful owner of Steel Harbour's hottest night spot, the Hammerfield Bar and Grill. The year is 2017. The Steel Harbour is it's the only neutral city left in the US torn apart by civil war. However, Barb doesn't take sides, whether she's entertaining guests at the club or moonlighting as a bounty hunter. So she's a bounty hunter, gets naked. I imagine like a femme fatale who like hits on guys by using her womanly charm and kills them or something, right? Is that the plot of the film? 2017? I mean, we haven't quite gotten to this stage, to my knowledge. Big old fake tartars, not really my jam. With cribs bound and gagged on the back of a motorcycle, Barb arrives at the office of Thomas Schmitz, Clint Howard, to collect her finder's fee. Considering the unexpected shootout that nearly cost her her life, she informs the slimy bail bondsman that she wants twice the amount of money in Canadian dollars. Why is this one backwards? Is that a sign? No, the next one's backwards too. I ain't gonna read them all. One would imagine that Pamela will be in every shot, and it's not going to be like B-list characters and whatnot, is it? Let's face it. Ooh, that next card looks kind of cool. I'm hoping it's supposed to be like that and hasn't just warped over time. That'll be embossed, I imagine. Any fond memories Barb had of her freedom-fighting days were wiped away on that fateful day when Axel decided the cause was more important than she was. Didn't think that sentence was ever going to end. I was like, what am I reading this for? Let's go back to that. Oh, I like the artwork. That's cool. Kind of weird. I prefer the artwork to the actual cards. So, I run out of space on my card on this camera. This one right here. You lot. So I've done a lot of rambling, and it didn't record onto this one. What a pain in the ass. I was talking about how I thought the comic art was pretty cool, and I probably preferred it to the actual images, photography, and I was wondering whether there was a comic that went along with it based on the comic art, or whether it was just an accompaniment to the DVD or movie or video or whatever. And then I saw this card, Dark Horse Comics. So one would imagine that there is a comic, and whether it was the basis of the film or the film inspired the comic, I do not know. But yeah, I would be intrigued to see the comic for the sake of looking at that. It must have come after the film, right? Because that is practically Pamela Anderson. Okay, so take 3. Because apparently that last card was too slow, so I've got a third card in there now. I was saying, again, that I would probably buy the comic just to see what it was all about for a bit of a laugh. And if it was £50 as a collector's piece, hell no. If it's £3 for shits and giggles just to see the comic artwork, I'd get it, just for fun. I did talk about this at great length because it is... In fact, let's get these cards out of the way. As you can see here, and a fortunate place light over there, it is indeed embossed. So you can see it's raised as quite literal meaning of what embossing means. And this is what I saw earlier, and it looked water damaged just because of all those creases, until you see the front of the card and you realise that if you catch it just right, you can see the wheel of the bike there, and then it goes into the handlebars, and then the rest of the bike, and of course Pam's about there if you look at where the reflection is. So yeah, this side of the card is not embossed, it is just embossing from this side, but at first glance it looked like some dodgy water damage, until I remembered that we were getting an embossed card. Would I buy this set again? For the sake of £3, probably. Because I bought like 8 packs off the guy, he did me a bundle deal, so in theory this probably didn't cost me anything, so I got about £7 off maybe, I think it was about £7 off, so you could argue that this was free, or the other packs I bought were a bit less, which is what made me justify buying them. Like, yeah, these are alright, they're not exciting, but I wouldn't necessarily be disappointed by them unless I got a bunch of repeats. You know, it's just stills from a movie, I guess. Pretty mediocre. I don't know if you saw these two, just in case you didn't. They're the two that I think may or may not have been missed off the first cut. But anyway, I think we're still recording on both cameras. Peace.